Hello all and welcome back to Time to Dice Character Creation, where we make your favorite fictional characters in Starfinder 2nd Edition. This week we are making the leader of the Teen Titans an all-around cool guy, Robin. Robin grew up performing as a high-flying acrobat until witnessing his parents' death, getting adopted by Batman, and being trained to fight crime and spandex. So a pretty normal childhood. Robin split off from Batman and intended to strike out a hero gig alone, until he met 4 superpowered individuals with whom he founded the Teen Titans. Robin serves as both the leader and the tactician for the team, often creating plans to get the team out of trouble. So beware of spoilers, and without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so what do we need to play Boy Wonder? Well, first off, despite being one of the weakest members of the team physically, Robin is the leader, and he is the one who calls the shots. Second, Robin was trained by Batman, meaning we need a good deal of hand-to-hand combat experience. And finally, like a Batman, we need a utility belt filled with gadgets and gizmos to help us in any given situation. Alright, for Ancestry, Robin is as basic as they come, with 8 hit points, a boost to strength and dex, and a 25-foot movement speed. It's pretty boring, but it fits. For our heritage, we are going to pick up Galorian Survivor, granting us training in every archaic weapon in the game. In a world with sonic blasters, demon spawn, and starbolts, Robin uses a stick, but he uses it effectively. For our background, we are going to pick up the acrobat background, because Robin was an acrobat. Shocking, I know. This background is going to give us a boost to both dex and con, as well as training in acrobatics and the most powerful skill in the game, circus lore. We also get a steady balance skill feat, in case we ever need to walk across a tightrope. For our class, we're going to pick up Envoy. At the beginning of every fight, you can hear Robin shout, "Titans, go!" making it clear that he is calling the shots. The Envoy class grants us expert in both reflex and will saving throws, reflecting both the physical and mental saves under Batman. We only get trained in fortitude throws though. Robin can definitely take a punch, but he is definitely not on the level of tankiness as Cyborg or Starfire. Skills are a bit of a doozy. Envoys are definitely the skill monkey class in Starfinder. We get training in either deception, intimidation, or diplomacy. Batman's entire shtick is intimidation, so we go with that. We get 6 more skills plus our intelligence, which is more than any other class in the game, and then we get the bonus skill based off our leadership style. For our weapons, we can pick up expert in all simple and martial weapons, and unarmed attacks. Remember, we also get training in all advanced archaic weapons from our Galorian Survivor heritage, and we get training in up to light armor. For our attributes, we are Robin, and he's a bit of an all-arounder. We are going to prioritize dex at a +3, but we are going to spread out the rest of our attribute bonuses into strength, con, and charisma. Wisdom and intelligence don't get an investment, not because Robin is dumb, he is actually a tactical genius, but because we just don't have enough tribute points to spare, and they aren't really needed for this build. For our skills, remember when I said we are skill monkey? We get legendary in acrobatics, athletics, and stealth to represent our peak physical form. For our master skills, we get master and intimidation to jump out and scare the bad guys, deception for feints and the like, society to know our way around Jump City, and thievery to help us pick the locks in the handcuffs of any cute alien girls we meet. Our diplomacy and performance are at expert, diplomacy to help us talk down foes, and performance to reflect our time spent as an acrobat. Our lore skills are both at trained. Circus lore to remember our parents, and earth lore in case we need to explain some things to Starfire. All level 1 envoys get the Get 'em and Social Mastermind features. Social Mastermind lets us spend 10 minutes following developing a plan for a creature called our asset to gain a +1 circumstance bonus to our deception, diplomacy, intimidation, and perception checks against that asset. And whenever we roll an initiative against that asset, not only do we get a +1 circumstance bonus, but we also get a free action to step, stride, or draw a weapon. The Get 'em feature lets us designate a foe within 60 feet in our combat. That foe takes a -1 penalty to its AC against attacks made by our allies until the end of the turn. And if you target that foe with an attack, you deal additional damage equal to your charisma modifier +1, and allies gain a damage bonus equal to 1. We also get leadership style. The lead from the front style lets us get training in athletics and medium armor. Finally, we get both an ancestry feat and a class feat. First off, Robin has plenty of combo moves with other Titans, so let's take cooperative nature to get a +4 bonus to 8 checks. And the Take 'em Alive feat allows all of our allies to make non-lethal attacks without the -2 penalty, and it even works for spells. Robin's most popular media is comics and a cartoon, neither of which are notorious for killing their bad guys off. At level 2, we get the Get In There class feat to give all allies within 100 feet a boost to their speed based off our level. And if you step or stride before the end of your turn, all affected allies can make a reaction to immediately stride up to half their speed. This is your basic Titans Go command. At level 3, we can pick up the Incredible Initiative General feat to get a +2 circumstance bonus to initiative checks. This doesn't stack with our Social Mastermind bonus, but it does give us a better bonus and applies to a creature whom we have not yet made our asset. We also get Adaptive Talent, letting us gain 1 additional skill feat each day, and as we grow in level, we can select more feats up to 3 skill feats at level 15. Finally, for this level, the Wise to the Game feature gives us a +1 circumstance bonus on foes who would try to lie to us or demoralize us, or a +2 if the foe is one of our assets. At level 4, we can pick up the Broadened Assessment feat. Now when we make a foe our asset, the bonus applies to our athletics, acrobatic, and stealth checks, as well as the normal bonuses. At level 5, we get Perception Expertise and Weapon Expertise. No bonus points if you can guess what those do, but we also get an Ancestry feat, Confident Actualization, letting us rely on our confidence in our abilities to roll a skill check or a saving throw twice and take the better of the results. If only Batman had this kind of faith in us. At level 6, we can use the Hurry class feat to cheer an ally within 60 feet, quickening them with an extra action on their turn they can use to step, stride, or interact with an item. However, you can't use this every round as the ally is immune to Hurry after the first time for 10 minutes. But if you use it effectively, you can save Beast Boy from transforming, running up, and then having no actions to actually do something. At level 7, we get the Quick feat with the Fleet feat, letting us bump our movement speed up by 5 feet. We also get Fortitude Master, which is self-explanatory, and Improvised Mastery, letting us get Master in a skill once per day right before we use that skill. Weapon Specialization boosts our damage based off our proficiency, and Leader Confidence, giving us the Steel Yourself directive. When we use this, an ally can spend an action on their turn to brace themselves, getting extra hit points equal to your Charisma modifier plus half your level. And if you lead by example, you and any allies who brace themselves get a +1 on damaging saving throws for a minute. Level 8 gives us Sidestep class feat, letting us use our reaction to turn any failed attack against us onto a creature adjacent to us. At level 9, we can no longer fail or critical fail in any attempts to aid our allies with the Cooperative Soul feat. We also get Envoy Expertise, boosting our class DC to Expert, and Hidden Agenda, meaning our foes can no longer critically succeed on a check to recall knowledge or sense motive against us. At level 10, when a foe critically hits a foe that we designated with Get 'em, we can use our reaction to get a free strike against that foe as a reaction with the Tag Team feat. Maybe go for a little Sonic Boom action with Cyborg? At level 11, the Toughness feat is like the Pot of Greed card from Yu-Gi-Oh! No one knows what it does. We also get Perception Mastery and Resolve, boosting our will saves to master and counting our successes as critical successes. At level 12, the Ready for Anything helps us when we find ourselves without the team. If we forgo giving our allies a directive, we get an extra reaction to take an envoy reaction such as Sidestep. This will help when you try to solo Slade. It almost makes trying to solo Slade a good idea. At level 13, we can use Advanced General Training to ensure our Fortitude saves don't fall far behind. We also get Expert Proficiency in Light Armor and Medium Armor with Light Armor Expertise. Plus our Lead from the Front style, we get Mastery in all simple and martial weapons with the Weapon Mastery, and Effortless Influencer means whenever we succeed at an Intimidation, Diplomacy, or Deception check, allies within 60 feet of us get a +1 circumstance bonus to the same skill for a minute, or the bonus doubles if we critically succeed. And finally, we get the Tactical feature, giving us the Show 'em what you got directive. When we use this, we can have Starfire roll twice on her next Starbolt attack. Beast Boy can force a foe who attacks him to roll twice and take the worst result, or re-roll a saving throw. Cyborg can roll twice on his next Computers or Paladin check, and Raven can force a foe to roll twice on the saving throw to her next spell and take the worst result. This is whatever your party is doing. Make them do it better. And if you lead by example, when the ally uses the benefit, they gain tip hit points equal to your level. The Ready to Roll feat at level 14 lets us use directives whenever we roll initiative that lasts until the end of our first turn in combat, but we can lead by example to extend the duration to our next turn instead. This helps alleviate the action tax that comes with giving directives, at least for the first round where we need to set up the tempo of the fight. At level 15, we get the Prescient Planner General feat. Batman always has the item for the job on his utility belt, and now you can too. We also get legendary improvisation, letting us treat a skill as a legendary proficiency once per day. Add this to all of our skills that we are actually legendary in, and we should never be rolling a skill check less than master. Level 15 also grants us greater weapon specialization for increased damage and reflex mastery, which bumps our proficiency in reflex saves. If you were like me, you probably got tired of the party envoy saying "get 'em" after every round. The Extend Directive class feat at level 16 helps with that, letting you use a free action at the beginning of each turn to extend a directive that you used last round for another round. At level 17, Persistent Confidence lets us use Confident Actualization to reroll saving throws and skill checks once per hour rather than once per day. We also boost our perception to legendary with Incredible Senses, and Indiscernible Agenda lets us beat cheating telepaths at poker, preventing foes from either recalling knowledge or sense motive checks against us. Level 18 adds a new word to our vocabulary with Get 'em. This upgrades our Got 'em action to not require us to target a single foe, instead targeting all foes within the area. At level 19, we pick up Prescient Consumable, allowing us to keep our Chakra Pendant handy, and we get Master with light and medium armor. We also get the Silver Tongue, which lets us reroll one athletic check once per day and take the higher results. This is on top of all our other reroll skill checks and saving throw abilities. Finally, at level 20, we can fully get rid of the action tax by letting us issue a directive with a free action, freeing up your turn to lead by example and do your own cool things. Now that we are finally level 20, we can show our allies how cool we are on our own. Alright, let's look at skills. First off, we have our Acrobatic skill. Dive for cover grants us a pit of movement and increase our AC against ranged attacks. Kip Up lets us stand back up as a free action without provoking attacks of opportunity, and Catfall lets us use our grappling hook to prevent fall damage. Athletic feats are where we truly shine though. Titan Wrestler lets us take on the likes of Cinderblock. Get Down lets us knock a foe prone to get covered from a ranged attack. Powerful Leap, Quick Jump, and Wall Jump work together to augment our rooftop chase scenes. And Assurance ensures we don't go the way of the Smash Bros. Brawl character and trip over our own feet. And finally, we get Swift Sneak, which lets us follow our foes back to their secret base without giving away our position. Alright, Robin is a pretty heavily equipped character, so let's cover some gear to make your character feel a bit more Robin-esque. Our bow staff can be replicated with a bow staff, but Robin's bow staff can be split apart to wield 2 batons. There's no reason to wield 2 batons at once, but if you want to keep a free hand or wield a different weapon, you can wield this. Robin's Birdarings can be replicated with shurikens. I don't know why you would want to use these rather than, a gun, but Robin knows best, I guess. Robin has a variety of different explosive discs that can be replicated with flash grenades, smoke grenades, and incendiary grenades. But if you want to further reflect your character, you can use frost vials, glue bomb, and goo grenades from the Pathfinder system. We can also pick up the Clockwork Grappling Gun for our grappling hook and a bola for a bolas. Kind of self-explanatory. Alright, let's take a look at what we've made. First off, we have so many ways to put the spotlight on our friends and let them do what they do best even better. Next, we have 3 legendary skills, 3 master skills, and a way to convert any skill to legendary for a single roll once per day, on top of which we have Silver Tongues and Confident Actualization to reroll skill checks. We should never fail a skill check. And finally, we have so much equipment, we are bound to have the right tool for any job. And when we don't, that's where Prescient Planner and Prescient Consumable come into play. For cons, this build shines when it's surrounded by allies that it can support. But you're not ready to go to Nightwing just yet, as when you're alone, a lot of your options dry up. Second, the action tags for this build are heavy. Pretty much every round you have to issue a directive and lead by example, giving you only one action to do your own thing. And with no way to quicken yourself, that can feel a little restricting. And finally, we are a melee build. We have a lot of thrown weapons, but no way to compete with foes who may want to snipe us. Let's be glad the show nerfed Deathstroke to Slade, or we'd be in serious trouble. Thank you for watching the video, and if you liked the video, you know what to do. But if you didn't like the video, make sure to let us know what you didn't like in the comments and share it on all your social media so that everyone knows how much you disliked it. And most importantly, subscribe so that you get notified when we make a new video so you know to avoid it. Oh, and hit that like button anyway because YouTube hides dislikes.